Everybody, this is Pastor Chad Shapiro from Connect Church. You can find us at getconnected.church. And I'm blessed to be here with our leaders of the digital dive, going around the world to be able to help people like me that need a whole lot of help with our digital or even brick and mortar churches to be able to go forward. And we're diving into the digital. I think, what do we say? Did we come up with the tagline? What was one of the
No, not yet. We're still working on one.
One of the ones I liked was
check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. But I don't know much you guys watching online, but I definitely could wreck myself, and that's why I'm so grateful to be here with the best of the best in San Antonio Baptist Association, with Albert Diaz, the lead digital tech here, and Eric Hilgers, who's storyteller, videographer, incredible media producer. And so I'm going to turn it right over to the digital lead of SABA to kind of help us. Today, we're talking about how to build digital community, whether we're offline, brick and mortar churches, or whether we're online, or both, right? We need to build community. And so I'm going to toss it over to you, Albert. So grateful for your time, everything that you do. This man has been a major blessing to all the churches underneath SABA and beyond. And with this podcast and video, wherever you're watching us, we encourage you to share it, like it, comment, subscribe, whatever, because we're going to be sharing great feedback from these guys every single week. Thanks for sharing with us, Albert.
Cool. Thank you. My name is Albert. I work here at SABA. And we met last week. One of the things we wanted to talk about today was communication between the congregation and yourself, or even your team members, your team, your lead team. How do we keep that up? Now, this is something that works for traditional churches, digital churches, hybrid churches. Any way you do it, you have to communicate. So we're going to talk about a couple of software options that are out there. A couple of them are free. A couple of them you may recognize. I know in Latin America, WhatsApp is very popular. We have other ones like GroupMe. Chad is going to talk about one. What was the name of that one, brother? Band is another one. But essentially, they all do the same thing. It's a messaging app. So the way that I would use it would be for either our men's groups or women's groups. They can all have individual kind of like subgroups. So you could set up an account for you and your congregation. You start inviting your congregants, and chances are they use already some type of messenger. If you've ever sent a Facebook message from somebody or bought something on Marketplace, you've used the messenger. That's exactly what it is. It's just like a text message, but to a large group. You can have your large group, and then you break it up into some smaller subgroups. So say you have your large group, that's your entire congregation. But then you can also break that up into private groups, like a private prayer group, a men's group, a women's group, the kids group. You know, you have these different subgroups that are living under the umbrella of this big one. It just makes it a lot easier. If you want to send a message out, you can just type in a message and bam, you just send it to your whole congregation. Or if you want to send a message to your deacons or to your leadership team or your baptism team, you have a baptism scheduled for this weekend and you want to make sure the team is ready. You make it a group for your baptism team. There are a ton of them out there. Like I said, Facebook Messenger is probably one of the most recognizable ones. However, it is tied to Facebook. So if they don't have a Messenger account or a Facebook account, that's not really going to work. Others like WhatsApp are super popular in Latin America. I know I use it because you can make phone calls with it. So I use it to communicate with people in Mexico, Central America, even South America. When I need to make a phone call and don't want to make necessarily a long distance call, I can call them through the app, just like if you were FaceTiming somebody with your iPhone or your Android. So I think Chad is going to elaborate a little bit more on Band because I don't know too much about it, but I've read some pretty good reviews about it and it looks pretty neat. So it's definitely something to take a look at and maybe explore some more.
Yeah, thank you, Albert. Good stuff. You guys, and whether it's group messaging or even just individual messaging, right now, we're in a season where the high touch, the love, the care, the prayers, if you think about it, whether we're in a building or not, a majority of our ministry is probably done online and digitally in some way, shape, or form. If somebody needs a prayer request, they're not waiting till Wednesday night Bible study or Sunday service to come, they might shoot a text out to everybody, and that's a digital communication. So I encourage all of us as leaders. I have a reminder on my phone to reach out to somebody once a day. We probably could do it multiple times a day, just to encourage communication individually and as well as group. The band app allows us to go live stream, upload audios, polls, all kinds of stuff and on there. And again, it's free. You can add people, take them away from the group, which is something I like. If you have different leadership groups that maybe sometimes transition, you don't have to like pull a big public like, hey, he's gone now or anything like that. It's just kind of, you just take them out and it doesn't notify the whole group of like, oh, what happened? So different tools like that are critical in this day and age, and to be consistent with them. Phone calls, even Marco Polo. Have you guys ever played with that?
Oh yeah.
Marco Polo is like a video text messaging thing where the video will sit there till they watch it on their own time, and then they can respond to video, and you can have groups of video. And I think sometimes with these videos and FaceTime, Zoom, we don't do it enough, really, right? Because we're thinking, I need to go out for coffee with you or something. But what if, FaceTime call more efficient, effective in this day and age, and using these digital tools to help us? Eric has some great ideas for us as congregations, how to build more community with digital as well. We're so appreciative of you, Eric, everything you do.
Man, thank you so much, Chad. Yeah, my name is Eric. I'm the storyteller here at SABA. I think one of the ways to build digital communities is to build digital content. I think we're in 2021, and a lot of ways that we communicate with each other is online. Like we see things on Facebook, we see things on YouTube, we see content like every day. It's like how do we know how a church is doing sometimes, or people are doing? It's like, yeah, we call them and we'll email them and we'll go out, we'll meet up. But like a lot of times, in order for us to check in on somebody, we just check their Facebook, or we check what content they're putting on their IG, their Instagram, or whatever, with their website. So I think that's a good start, is building digital content, because we're just in the media age. And I mean, I would just say, I would encourage someone to, a church, if you don't have somebody that creates the content, I mean, hire someone that knows how. I'm not saying this because I create content. I just really mean, like, content, it's so important, and it creates camaraderie amongst people. When people see themselves in videos, or they see themselves online, or they see this funny meme, or they see, this person's on this podcast, it creates this camaraderie, family atmosphere within the community. Yeah. So that's kind of like a short spiel, or short idea on how to create digital communities is to create digital content. Some of the content that you could see, content's basically like an email, a picture, a text, like someone just takes, a meme, a video, a short story, an audio podcast. So there's so many different forms of digital communication. But yeah, that's one of the ways, I think, to build that community, is to post content, create content, get people involved in videos, get people involved in podcasts, and just see the whole community just thrive from there. So yeah, it's a little short idea.
I love it. Really, on a, like he was saying, for free, then just, what if Sunday services, if you're meeting in person, you took a lot of pictures, and what if we turned it into a family reunion, which it really could be and should be, and you post all those pictures, and then everybody feels great that they were there, and then they start sharing them, and encourage your groups to share and to subscribe and to be a part of it, comment and like and all that stuff, because especially on Facebook, if the more people are engaged with it, the more that it will show up organically on people's news feeds. And so you have to almost ask them to, hey, click on your favorite so you see our page, like it, comment on every post you see, and keep that in front of them so that they do it routinely. And then you'll see more organic reach start to go without you having to pay for Facebook ads or anything like that. So a lot of fun stuff. I love both these guys have been on staff at SABA, because SABA and Dr. Horn, very forward thinking about the digital and how to support our SABA's churches with digital type needs. And like Eric was saying, you get what you pay for. If we are trying to just do it as volunteer, you could see people kind of off and on, get excited and slow down, and maybe leave the church or whatever here and there that happens. And so the more consistent we can get with this stuff, it's critical now. And I think we can all agree going to go forward in the future. And so these are often staff positions, or at least contracted out. And that's why we wanted to talk about this on the digital dive, because we don't want you to don't want you to wreck yourself, as we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Protect yourself.
We want you to get it down. But again, that's why I'm so thankful that and the encouragement of SABA and Dr. Horn to do this digital dive, to share these tools, to have the podcast all over the place through SABA, to be able to have sabaradio.org that you can come listen to be able to help support the digital growth of all the churches underneath the SABA umbrella. And we look forward to every week covering simple things that you can put into action. Any kind of closing words as we get out of here, guys? But I know, community is essential as we love and shepherd and help with these people that God's children and our brothers and sisters in Christ, that we can love and lead. Anything you guys want to add?
Just a quick thought, Chad, just another way to kind of strengthen those digital communities. Any church leader or church, I would just encourage to just learn the software or watch a YouTube video on WhatsApp. Like what is WhatsApp? Or type it in, what is this app? What is GroupMe? Or have this thirst for knowledge, or what does this camera do? Because the more familiar you are with the devices and the apps and the cameras or whatever, the easier conversation becomes with people in the church about digital needs and stuff like that. And that in alone of itself creates digital community. It's just that thirst for knowledge of the technology. So
yeah, definitely a great thought, Eric. And whatever software it is that you do end up using, just use one. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is that your guys are more comfortable with, or what it is that fits you and your congregation, but just use it. Mm-hmm. And that communication is so important, especially when we can't have everybody in the building, or when our meetings are online all the time. And just somebody hearing, hello, how are you doing today? Encourage your members to message each other, just to give in a hello, how are you doing? And get some of your elder members to message some of the younger members. Get some of your ladies to message some of these younger moms, and just build that community. Just keep that going, and keep that loving sense of, we are the church and we are in this all together. Mm-hmm. Just keep that going.
I love it. And yes, down the road, hiring somebody, contracting somebody may be good, but for now, just like any other ministry, where you try to find somebody who's gifted in that area and delegate it to them, and it's a gift to them to be able to be used for the church, for God to be able to serve, to share the message of Christ that your church or whatever your building is doing. So maybe there's somebody gifted that you can put that kind of role on, and that will be a beautiful blessing to them. And so it might not be a hat that you personally have to wear, but somebody that's there, that's already geared up for this stuff, that you can just kind of support and stand behind. So, man, we're excited to be able to share. I'm excited to be able to learn from these guys. And we do appreciate if you have any questions that you want to send in. We're going to be rocking this out, God willing, all year long. I believe the email address was media@sanantoniobaptist.org. Is that right, Albert?
Yes, sir. media@sanantoniobaptist.org. You can send any questions there.
Yeah, any questions you have, we're going to build content based off of that to be a blessing and service to you. But thanks again for liking, sharing, commenting, and being a part of this. Subscribe wherever you can. And let's go get into this digital stuff and dive in together. Take care. God bless you.
See ya.
God bless y'all.